Well, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It's 11 p.m. here on the East Coast, and right now in California, Andrew Lessman is live. So, Andrew, it's 8 p.m. where you are.
It is indeed. Yeah, it's 3 hours earlier, so it's not too late here. It just got dark, in fact. It's the time of year that I tend to love because it gets dark a little bit later.
Well, Andrew, it's great to see you. I know we've got a fabulous night tonight and really a diverse look at our entire whole health with not 1, 2, 3, but 4 today's specials.
Right. We've got, well, originally we were going to be doing phytoceramides. Well, actually, originally, we were going to be doing Ultimate Eye. But Ultimate Eye is going to be pushed back until July because we totally changed the formula. And as a manufacturer, because supply chain has gotten a bit disrupted with all that's going on in the world, our brand new formula will roll out in July. It will be available for pre-order in June, but the official Today Special for Ultimate Eye will be in July. So our phytoceramides got pushed up from June to be our Today Special. And that's Mother Nature's natural internal moisturizer. I was just looking at some of the reviews before I went on, and all the discussions about dry skin, not just in the face, but throughout the body and wrinkles and things like that. It's really an exciting product because it delivers, in terms of our skin, what we always hope moisturizers would deliver, but moisturizers can't deliver because they deal with the superficial outer layers of our skin. So our phytoceramides, best pricing ever on phytoceramides. It's a great opportunity, especially with a special size. In fact, the chart you have on price is incorrect because I decided, given what's going on, if we could lower the price a little bit, we lowered the price a little bit more. So the largest size is, I believe, $144.90 today and not $159.90, which makes it basically buy one, get one free. So we lowered the price even more on the 360 count. So it was already the best price ever. Right. Now it's the best price ever by quite a margin.
Andrew, I think I need to do a Colleen, don't I, and get a black marker pen and exit out? I think I should do that.
Oh, actually, I thought what you were talking about when you said that is you're going to do what Colleen used to do, is she'd take the bottles off the counter and push them into her purse as soon as we were done.
Well, now you come to mention it. I won't say anymore. I have been known. So that's our first today's special. Again, fabulous new lower pricing. There's a lot to talk about with phytoceramides as well, Andrew. So many different aspects to it.
We'll get into it at midnight, of course, but it really is a breakthrough product because when it comes to moisturizing our skin, the best thing we could do is adequately hydrate ourselves all the time, which happens to be at the top of the list of good things we could do for our immune system is to adequately hydrate ourselves. But the way our skin works in terms of moisturizing, in terms of basically when people get all those little procedures where they plump up their skin, plumping up their skin is to avoid wrinkles. And what moisturization does on the interior of your body, it naturally plumps up your skin. So really, this is Mother Nature's way to go about keeping your skin having its most youthful appearance. And that's always, for me, that's the best way to achieve it. I think all of us who work in front of a camera, we probably look at the camera and go, gosh, I don't look the same as I did 30 plus years ago, and we don't. So I prefer to take care of things from the inside out.
Well, that's our first of the 4 today's specials. Again, we'll come back to it at midnight. Next up, we're talking phosphatidylcholine. It's PC, liver, and brain. Andrew, why did you choose this one today?
It's funny you should ask that question. I chose that because it seems, or I've chosen to do a cleanse. So I haven't had wine for probably, that's the only alcohol I drink. I haven't had wine for probably almost since my birthday in February.
Wow.
But virtually everyone I know, and my friends are healthy, they're consuming more wine, they're consuming more alcohol. Of course, they have to take their normal medications, whatever it might be. So our liver is really getting challenged during this interesting period of time. And it just, if we are doing certain things, and certainly we might not have to be in the office all the time, so if we're having a challenging day and we're working from home, maybe a glass of wine at lunch seems like a good idea. But PC, phosphatidylcholine, is the principal structural molecule of our liver. And I think nothing sums up the unique workload of our liver except for the fact that our liver has this unique ability to regenerate its tissue. No other organ in our body can regenerate itself. Our liver can. And the reason why our liver can is because of the unique workload that it struggles with basically on a daily basis. So our liver's challenged. Phosphatidylcholine is the structural molecule that's involved in that repair, that regeneration, that work the liver has to do to maintain itself.
And folks, I just noticed as well, Andrew, you've done the same with this, so the larger size is another $10. Is another $10 off.
This product, when we first introduced it years ago, a 360 count was over $100.
Right.
So today, it's less than a dime a capsule. And you take 1 or 2 capsules at most a day, 1 capsule should be fine. So it's less than a dime a capsule. And truly, to get the most important molecule that your liver requires, phosphatidylcholine, also, it is the most important phospholipid for your brain. So we talk about our brain being principal DHA. Our brain is typically DHA, but in the form of PC, phosphatidylcholine. My dogs are here and they're wandering in the background. This is what happens. Link, come here, buddy. So she'll see if Link will jump up here. I have a treat for him.
Is Marcel there as well?
Come on up, buddy. Good. Marcel's here too. Come here, Marcel.
Oh, look, they're wearing something special as well for the big occasion tonight. I love this.
Come on, Marcel. Okay, good boy. There we go. You crazy guy. So there's the 2 guys, Marcel and Link.
We love them.
Although it's very fun to be doing these shoots from home, I'm looking forward to the Linky. I have no more treat.
He is as well.
Linky is he gets okay because I didn't tell him something. Link is a very smart dog. I have to basically go like this. Go Lincoln. No more. Go home. Where's Muriel? Go find Muriel. Go find Muriel.
Oh my gosh.
Go.
Amazing.
So there they go. So back to phosphatidylcholine. It is the most important phospholipid, not just in the liver, but also in the brain. So when you're doing something for your liver, when we're challenging it here, you're also giving your brain the most important phospholipid as well. And one of the most frequent reviews we see on this are assistance and help with those normal issues associated with the normal aging process, memory, concentration, mental acuity. So it really is a universal product in terms of benefit, and it's less than a dime a capsule. So again, I thought and these prices changed literally at 7:30 this morning.
Wow.
Before the Today Special video went up at 8 o'clock. Because when I recorded the little video that went on, the prices were still the old prices.
I mean, Andrew, I was excited before the show. I'm even more excited now. This has never happened before. Right. We're going to get a marker out here and I'll adjust the pricing on here. But folks, if you're watching, please note even better pricing at the side, as is the case with liver antioxidants as well. And Andrew, with this one, it's about those 3 special botanicals, right?
Well, to differentiate these products, to contrast these 2 products, phosphatidylcholine is the building block, whereas the liver antioxidant extracts, that really is about detoxification. So when we're thinking this time of year, we might be drinking a little more alcohol, whatever. We normally drink, whatever alcohol we drink, we normally take the medications we take. Our liver is, without a doubt, it is the hardest working organ in our body. It's also the one that tends to get the least respect. So liver antioxidant extracts is all about protecting and detoxifying those tissues. So it contains our milk thistle extract standardized for silymarin, the single most important and powerful botanical, bar none, in terms of the liver, followed by our turmeric extract standardized for curcuminoids, followed by our artichoke extract standardized for cynarin. So you're getting all 3 of the most important botanicals to support your liver's detoxification process. So we might be at home, we might have an opportunity. And I figured because of what's going on in the world, it was an opportunity for me to do a cleanse, that I'm not traveling as much, I'm not as distracted as I normally would be. So for me, it was opportunity to do something that was a cleanse. And maybe this is a time to use PC liver and brain and liver antioxidant extracts to make sure your liver has what it needs to support you and protect you during a difficult time.
And the final of our 4 is fibermucil, something that we all need to look at. Andrew, I suppose at the heart and soul, everything is connected. And if you're not getting enough fiber, there are so many knock-on effects.
Well, the fiber plays multiple roles. Fiber is the food for our friendly flora. So the fiber mucil is a wonderful food for our healthy microbiome, the probiotics, the friendly bacteria that occupy our large intestine, our colon, and throughout our digestive system. But most importantly, when you look at our digestive system, you have to look at it, as you said, Adam, holistically. That yes, we put food in our mouth, it starts really to be digested in our mouth, and then certainly in our stomach and small intestine, and the nutrients are absorbed there. But fiber plays a critical role in how those components move through our digestive tract. And also, fiber plays a critically important role in detoxification. And when we're talking about our liver, there's something called the enterohepatic circulation. And the liver communicates closely with the rest of our digestive system. It's not this isolated organ. So when we look at liver cleanse, liver detoxification, a digestive cleanse, we can't omit fiber.
Right.
Fiber, yes, you won't find a better fiber product in terms of regularity. This will never cause gas. And again, what we did here, it was intended to be at its lowest price ever.
Yeah.
I lowered it even more. So if you look at the pricing on this now, it's a little more than a nickel a capsule in the largest size. And it's about, what does that come to? Even in the 720 cap, it comes to about 8 cents a capsule. So it's even on the 360 cap, it's still less than a dime a capsule for the world's mildest, gentlest, but most powerful fiber you'll find in terms of regularity, in terms of detoxification. There's nothing like it in the world. So I tried to make all of these products. It's been a difficult time. We've held all our pricing, our Today Specials that we started back in February when all this started. We've held our Today Specials since then. Fortunately, even our Essential One, which we won't be talking about, fortunately, we started going crazy. We saw this coming in January and February, so we started going crazy trying to make sure we'd have enough raw materials for everyone because we knew the world would be disrupted. And we've thus far, we've succeeded in that regard. We've been able to preserve our maximum essential omega-3. We still have that available at its Today Special price. We'll talk about that in a moment.
So that sums up really the 4 Today Specials. We'll do the full presentations at midnight tonight. But of course, you're more than welcome to pre-order. Take advantage of those new lower prices. They're sensational. Andrew, we're going to head over this way for our first item of the hour, as it were. And we're thrilled that it's Soleil. When this launched, Andrew, you opened my eyes to chemical sunscreens, and I'm kind of embarrassed to admit it, but for so many years, I'd gone along with so many of the big brands. When you explained to me and shared with me what that perhaps is doing in terms of the chemicals on your skin being absorbed, and the fact that you've spent years, I mean literally years and years and years, developing decades, an all-natural sunscreen that works. I was over the moon, and this is all we use now.
We started it with our first zinc oxide-based sunscreen in the 1990s. And zinc oxide is something I was very familiar with because it's an ingredient that's found in nutritional supplements. So we created our first sunscreen back then because if you read the science and literature, which apparently most sunscreen manufacturers don't, Marcel's trying to get my attention. He keeps giving me his paw. He wants a treat. Do you want a treat, buddy? Here. So, but unfortunately, and you guys, I have work to do. Come on, up. Can you go? Good boy.
Oh, look at that. Priorities, Andrew. Treats come first.
But so in terms of sunscreen, the typical sunscreen on the market is a chemical sunscreen.
Right.
And a chemical sunscreen will be absorbed through your skin. A chemical sunscreen, those are ingredients that if they're being absorbed through your skin, it's as if you've eaten them.
Right.
And these were not intended to be eaten. Our zinc oxide sunscreen, it doesn't cause whitening. And what I did with the price, because I really look at our sunscreen as a public service, that we should not be using chemical sunscreens. God forbid we should ever put them on a child, a chemical sunscreen.
Right.
We only want to be using a zinc oxide-based sunscreen. And our zinc oxide-based sunscreen is simple in that it doesn't have 50 or 60 ingredients that you need to have a degree in chemistry to understand. It literally is a dozen ingredients, and the majority of the formula is just water and zinc oxide. So that's the majority of the formula right there. It goes on very easily, as Adam will show you right there. And that amount he put there, that would be enough, more than enough to cover your whole face. Marcel, no more, buddy. Unlike Lincoln, he doesn't understand no more. But our sunscreen, it's not greasy, it's not oily. It makes for a perfect sort of a foundation to put makeup on afterwards because it doesn't have that oily, greasy sensation to it. And to think you're getting the highest quality zinc oxide in the world, bar none. You're getting the best zinc oxide in the world. And a 6-ounce supply, which is a very large supply, for only $29.90. It's a bargain. It's HSN price at $69.90 is a bargain. So somebody's going to need to get Marcel.
He's having a good old time tonight. We love this.
Yes. But again, it's dermatologist tested, ophthalmologist tested, pediatrician tested.
Yep.
It's non-comedogenic. It's not going to cause your skin to break out. If anything, it's going to be soothing.
Yes.
I have sensitive skin.
Me
it's
too, yeah.
soothing to your skin. So it truly is, without question, the cleanest label and the best sunscreen you'll ever come across. And it took me decades to create. I've been doing sunscreen for almost 30 years now. So this is without our first sunscreen from 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago, is better than anything on the market today. And this is even better than that. So it's been a labor of love because I view chemical sunscreens as one of the most toxic things we do to ourselves and we do to the environment. We do it with the best of intentions to protect ourselves, but it is among the most toxic things we could ever imagine doing. And again, the pricing is just incredible. So hopefully it's on the large size, it's better than buy one, get one free. On the other two sizes, it's, oh gosh, you look at the saving on the other two sizes, you're saving more than you're spending on all three sizes.
But you said, Andrew, a few moments ago, you know, this is kind of a service to everybody. You love to recreate from the ground up, redesign to make things better. You did it with Sucrese, an amazing sweetener product. You've done it with sunscreen with Soleil. We all have to buy sunscreen. We know we have to protect ourselves. If you're buying a chemical-laden sunscreen with a bazillion ingredients on the side, it's not as healthy for you by any stretch of the imagination as this is.
They're terrible. I mean, a chemical sunscreen, these are not good products.
No.
Even the FDA doesn't consider those chemicals to be nearly as safe as zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is considered to be safe. Those chemicals are not considered to be safe. They're not considered safe when you put them on your body. Guess what? They are absorbed into your body.
Right.
And you wouldn't want to put them on your food. You wouldn't want to put them on your child's food. So this is really the kind, it would be a wonderful gift to share if you know someone with children. It's a product that was designed to meet the highest standards. I've looked high and low for a zinc oxide sunscreen that even comes close to it in terms of quality. And there's none that go on as easily. Most people hate zinc oxide because it's something that goes on sticky and matty and it dries out your skin. Not the case here. And as I said before, this was designed so that if you're putting it on your face, you could put makeup on afterwards, and this will not be greasy and oily and interfere with your putting makeup on afterwards.
I don't say this lightly, but it is the best sunscreen, quite simply, in the world. Of all the ones I've ever tried, I know my wife has tried many natural ones out there, and Andrew, they always seem to disappoint. This is the first that does not.
And every sunscreen we use, we have to realize all those chemicals in those sunscreens, first, they're a problem for us and our health. Then they're a problem for the environment because everything we put on our body, is eventually in the environment. So first we bear the burden of that with chemical sunscreens, then the planet does. That's why we call this eco-echo, because whatever we do with ourselves, there's an echo that comes back afterwards. So this is a product that's designed to be the easiest to use, the most comfortable to use. You will enjoy it unlike any other zinc oxide sunscreen. And the quality of our zinc oxide is unparalleled, and zinc oxide is extremely expensive. And this zinc oxide, to think you're getting this quality for this kind of a price, and that's why I said for me, it's a labor of love and a bit of a public service just to even talk about zinc oxide versus chemical sunscreens.
We're going to wrap up, and as we head over, just a reminder to everyone, the pricing is phenomenal. Even the 6-ounce size, that's the large size, and that's going to last you a fair long while because a little goes a long way. It's only $29.90. If you are curious about it, please know everything that Andrew and I are going to be talking about tonight has a 90-day return policy. That carries you well well into the summertime. So I encourage you to give Soleil a try. It is the best sunscreen ever for all of the above reasons. It is available for you in the 3 sizes. Andrew, I can't believe it is now, you know, we're in May, the first few days of May. So by my reckoning, we only have a few days left for you to be able to ship Choco Nouveau. Is that correct?
This is true. Fortunately, it's one of the, it didn't last year. The weather has cooperated. So normally we are done with Choco Nouveau by the end of April. I was hoping when we were on the beginning of April, about a month or so ago, I was hoping that we'd still be able to talk about it now. And we have a little bit left over, so we will be able to talk about it through this weekend, and that will be the very last of our Choco Nouveau. So our Choco Nouveau it's the chocolate it's the dark chocolate with the texture and mouthfeel of milk chocolate. So if you love milk chocolate, you typically don't like dark chocolate, you will love Choco Nouveau. It also lowers cholesterol substantially. But even if you have no problems with cholesterol, you could still enjoy this as the world's most delicious dark chocolate. You could choose 66, which is very much like milk chocolate, or 91, which is our dark, extreme dark chocolate, or 74, which is sort of the happy medium. And most people who like milk chocolate still love our 74. And then we have something new, which we have very limited supply of, and that's our 74 with cafe. And that was something that took a few years to create. Originally, we were trying to do it by adding to the 74 sort of a cafe liqueur. And ultimately, what we ended up doing is treating, just like our chocolate is basically a standardized extract of a cocoa bean. That's how dark chocolate is made. So we added basically ground up coffee bean, organic fair trade coffee bean. So if you like a Nestle's Crunch Bar, I always talk about that. I think that's milk chocolate with Rice Krispies.
Yep.
We call it a Cafe Crunch. Our 74% Choco Nouveau Cafe Crunch is basically like a dark chocolate with a little bit of a coffee crunch to it. It's amazing. And all of them are, of course, are the most heart-healthy chocolate in the world. And as you can see, there's very large sizes. The 180 size actually, I wanted the graphics to be different. The graphics aren't reflecting what this really is, because the 360 size was available for the Today Special. Yeah. So I can't see on the bottom of the screen what it says, but there's an option that's effectively like getting a 360 serving, and I think the second bottle is
correct.
What does it say at the bottom of the screen? We don't have, I can't see it on the camera here.
$50 off, Andrew, for purchases of the same size. So buy any 180 serving and get $50 off of additional purchases of the same size.
No, but it's only for one more bottle. If you want to get, so if you buy a 180 serving, you get $50 off the next bottle. And then your next bottle would be $99.90, and then you get $50 off the next bottle. So, so unfortunately, the graphics are not particularly clear. Hopefully that made sense. So because basically I wanted to preserve the Today Special price, which was on the 180. We had it on the other sizes. On the 180, on the 360 rather, it was $149.90. So the way we do that is if you get $50 off your second bottle. So if you get a bottle of 180, your second bottle would be 360, and you'll get $50 off the second bottle. So then your third bottle would be $99.90, but your fourth bottle, if you chose to do this, your fourth bottle would be, again, $50 off.
Which is an amazing opportunity. If you want to find out more, if you call us on the toll-free number, our wonderful call center representatives will be able to guide you through that so you can maximize the savings. You know, Andrew and I have so much that we could spend the next 2 minutes or 1 minute talking about. It starts with taste, because it is the most delicious chocolate that you will ever taste. It's gourmet chocolate that just so happens to be heart healthy as well.
Well, dark chocolate isn't what you describe ever as melt-in-your-mouth chocolate. Right. Dark chocolate is rich. It's often bitter. It's dry. It's gritty, but that's dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate that's rich but not bitter. That's more of an American palate, and that's actually South American or Central American chocolate tends to be more like that. That's where we get our chocolate from. And then, because of the ingredient that lowers cholesterol, it emulates in your mouth, the texture and feel in your mouth, it emulates the fat in milk fat. The reason why milk chocolate is creamy because of the milk fat sort of in cream. So what we do with our ingredient that helps to lower cholesterol, that ingredient simulates or emulates that ingredient in milk fat. So what happens is dark chocolate becomes creamy. I mean, it's unbelievable to think of dark chocolate as creamy, but that's exactly what this is.
And incidentally, the reviews, as you would imagine, people are very picky over their chocolate. The reviews are 2,665 reviews. Just shy of 2,000 of them are perfect 5 stars, with the majority of the others being 4 stars. I mean, Andrew, that's an amazing accomplishment.
For dark chocolate in America, Americans prefer milk chocolate, prefer white chocolate, then dark chocolate. So to think that a dark chocolate gets reviewed in that fashion, especially when I say, even if you love milk chocolate, you need to give this a try. Because a lot of us love milk chocolate, not because of the flavor, but because of that creamy texture. So what I've done is delivered that same milk chocolate texture to a rich dark chocolate. And you choose the intensity you like, 66, 74, 91 is basically pure extract of cocoa bean.
Right.
And then, of course, the 74%, which is everyone's new favorite, the 74% with our coffee crunch. So that's delicious. So any one of those 4, I think we still have supply available on all of them, but I'm not sure if it'll last through the end of the day tomorrow.
And honestly, it's worthwhile to stock up if you found yourself snacking away while we've been at home. This is a wonderful guilt-free snack that satisfies you, that's low calorie, that's individually packaged. Just so you know, the crunch version, the cafe crunch is just, I mean, honestly, it's hard to describe it. It's so
out of this
fantastic.
world. It's amazing.
Well, it's real, Andrew. It's real. It's authentic flavors.
Right. A lot of times people will use coffee flavors to make something coffee. And if they're natural flavors, that's great. And that's what we tried. And we couldn't make it work. And then I just figured, what the heck? And I tried, you know, those little coffee grinders that you have in your house. I just used that, melted up some chocolate, and it worked perfectly. And then, of course, we refined it in our production process. But that was just that crude process is what delivered the best results. Sometimes you have to go back to basics. And what we try here is to really bring out the wonderful, natural, rich chocolate flavor without the bitterness and without that dry texture. So we give you the creaminess of milk chocolate, the rich taste of dark chocolate without any of its bitterness. And again, everyone is usually afraid with chocolate, especially chocolate that tastes good, that it's going to be high in sugar.
Right.
Our 91% we could label as sugar-free if we want. And any one of these, 66, 74, 74 with the Cafe Crunch, any of these, if you compared the level of sugar in the 25 calorie square to 25 calories of cucumber or blueberries or any healthy fruit or vegetable, those fruits or vegetables have more sugar than Choco Nuvo. So it really is all around healthy.
They're telling me to put the chocolate down or to step away from it.
Yes.
So I'll do
Step away from the chocolate, yes.
I'm going to move over this way. Andrew, I was so thrilled that in the past few weeks, during these crazy times that we're in, that you've been working with the teams at HSN to extend some of our most important pricing and biggest savings. No more apparent is it than when you look at Maximum Essential Omega-3. This is our today's special pricing that is still available right now, and that's amazing.
No small feat. It really is a testament to everyone at ProCaps Labs that we have been able to keep raw materials in stock, to continue producing product with the utmost care, and so. I mean, I couldn't be here, and I wouldn't be here without everyone in Henderson, Nevada, who's making sure that all these products get produced. Right. Because as you know, unlike other companies, we're not reliant on contract manufacturers. It's a responsibility we've always relished and always enjoyed because it allows us to make the best vitamin supplements, the best products in the world. But at the same time, at times like this, it's a responsibility that weighs heavily on all of us. So it really is a testament to everyone in Henderson, Nevada, that we've been able to get all these products done. And because it's difficult and challenging times, I'm hoping the difficulties and challenges go away so we can go back to normal pricing. But we've preserved our today's special pricing from our Max Essential Omega-3. There is no Omega-3 product like this in the world. Right. First of all, we start with natural triglyceride form. The typical omega-3, yes, it comes from fish oil. You'd assume that means it's natural. Nope. they somehow take that fish oil and feel it's important to turn it into what's called an ethyl ester. So they start with natural fish oil, they end up with synthetic omega-3s. We do not. We make sure that we not only keep those omega-3s in their natural form, but we follow the blueprint of Mother Nature. Mother Nature prioritizes DHA over EPA. That's what we do. If you look at 99% of the products consumed on the market, they prioritize EPA over DHA. Now, why do they do that? They do that because that's the industrial commodity standard. That's the way the synthetic omega-3s that are cranked out, that's how they're cranked out, with more EPA than DHA. The reason why we focus on DHA is because that's what Mother Nature focuses on. But why does Mother Nature focus on DHA? Well, 2/3 of your brain is mostly fat. So when people call you a fathead, you should say, gosh, you know your anatomy and physiology, because we all are. 2/3 of our brain, the weight of our brain, is DHA, which is the most important omega-3. It's the one we focus on, the one that is secondary in other omega-3 products. Also, your eye, the retina of your eye. We talked about Ultimate Eye. Ultimate Eye will be our Today Special in July. But if you look at the retina of your eye, the retina has the highest concentration of DHA of any part of your body, any area of your body. Even if you look at your brain, which is 2/3 DHA, your retina is even a higher percentage of DHA than that. So those two things are why Mother Nature prioritizes DHA, because it's vitally important to living systems and their critical organs and tissues. So unfortunately, most omega-3s ignore that critical piece of science and research. They use the science and research to get everyone excited about omega-3s. Then they ignore the research when it comes to how they actually formulate their product, which is a bit of an irony and a bit unethical, that the importance of the science and the clinical studies on omega-3, and there's tens of thousands of studies, that is the natural color of our omega-3s. When you have omega-3s in their natural triglyceride form, at the concentration that we deliver, because our capsule is half the size of the typical capsule, it's smaller and it delivers more, that's how beautiful they look. They're not brown or they're not kind of white. That's how beautiful omega-3s look when they're delivered appropriately.
And you can see the size of some of the others on the market. I mean, if you've ever had a bad experience with, them just being too big, hard to swallow, if you hate the fishy aftertaste, you've got to look at Andrew's and understand it's smaller, but it's more powerful, it's more potent, and it's not the synthetic form that we're talking about. So many of us go to our favorite stores and we buy Omega products and we think they're great. And you kind of watch this presentation, and Andrew, all you've ever tried to do is give information, which allows us to make our own minds up. But when you look at the information, you understand why thousands of people say it's simply the best ever made.
Well, and I think the ultimate testament for the product, I could speak passionately about this product for 2 hours. I can speak passionately about the importance of omega-3s and not even talk about my product. Right. Because frankly, even if you don't get my product, you need to make sure you're getting omega-3s on a daily basis. Whether you're eating fatty, oily fish, or whether you're getting someone else's omega-3 product. It's that important an ingredient that even if you get a bad omega-3 product, it's better than nothing. Right. But omega-3s, as I talked about before, critical for our brain, especially the aging brain. There's all sorts of great research discussing about how our whatever brain function you want to look at, whether it's memory, concentration, mental acuity, our emotional balance and stability, that omega-3s are a critical part of how our brain functions. So there's no escaping that. And unfortunately, the approach of most omega-3 products on the market is, I think they're more interested in just creating a product that they can sell, right, than really creating a product that's going to deliver on the science. For me, it was the science that got me excited. So the science was the blueprint for my formulas. Really, Mother Nature and the science hand in hand was the blueprint for this formula. And the most important thing, it's a small capsule. It's an easy to swallow capsule. There is absolutely no fishy taste whatsoever. So all of the exciting science I talk about, we deliver all of those benefits, which are incredibly exciting, but with absolutely no problems at all. And that's the most important thing, that you get the promise of the science without having to tolerate a miserable experience.
So let's look at that today's special pricing, which is still active right now. So the pricing that we have on the screen is the best of the year. In the year 2020, you'll not find a better deal on HSN when it comes to amazing maximum essential omega-3. There's a 30, 90, 180, 360, or a 720. That's a fabulous larger size, normally $320. You can see the savings are, for want of a better term, dramatic. I mean, nearly $200 off at $139.90. We're offering 5 flexible payments. You've got our 90-day return policy. But if you like to get the best for less, I mean, that's exactly what this is. And as Omega products go, this is following the science. It's delivering the benefits in a way that's easy and enjoyable. This isn't something that you're going to dread taking every single day. And Andrew, we looked at the numbers. It is 3,100 5-star reviews, which, as you very well know as well, dramatically more than most products on HSN. The average product on HSN has 10 reviews.
Well, and I think most websites, unless some of those websites that have reviews who God only knows where those reviews came from, at HSN, those reviews have to be from an authenticated purchaser.
Right.
And when it comes to an omega-3 product, it's kind of like the fiber mucil product. Fiber, omega-3s, these are products that most people just love to hate. I mean, there's generally nothing to like about those products except maybe the hope that they will work. And I think part of the reason this omega-3 product is so brilliantly well reviewed is because we expect it to be so bad. And when it turns out to be such a wonderful, positive experience in terms of delivering the health benefits we anticipate, and then doing so without a negative experience, I think that's just exciting for anyone.
So that is our Omega product. It's available right now. Again, you can call us on the toll-free number, or you can go to hsn.com and place your orders there. If you want to see all of Andrew's products, simply type in Lessman or vitamins and you'll see the full assortment. Next up, April special savings. For me, kind of the keys to the kingdom. When I got turned on to Andrew's CoQ10, there was no turning back. Andrew, there's so much that we need to talk about here. You are responsible for really making this available in the United States of America all those years ago. And even now in 2020, what you put into this CoQ10 product is incomparable to everything else that you can find.
Yeah, well, I often talk about how our Essential One is really the foundational place to start. And oftentimes, I'll refer to CoQ10 almost similarly.
Yes.
Certainly because, well, Essential One, obviously, easy to understand, all the vitamins, all the minerals, plus carotenoids. So it really is the foundation of the nutrients that define a healthy diet. But when you look at CoQ10, you're getting the equivalent of a separate vitamin C. So if you're looking for a separate vitamin C, it's already blended into CoQ10.
Right.
You're getting a full B complex, what many would consider a stress B complex, with our 5-MTH, a special form of folate, a special form of vitamin B12. So you're getting the most sophisticated B12 in the world, and then you're getting the most advanced CoQ10 in the world. And CoQ10, in terms of how every system in your body functions, energy is really the limiting factor in the functioning of any organ or any system. Energy is the capacity for that organ or system or cell to do work. And that's the beautiful natural color, by the way, of CoQ10. So when we look at CoQ10, we're really looking at the central molecule involved in all energy production. So whether you're looking at your cardiovascular system, whether you're looking at, say, your nervous system and your brain, or whether you might be looking at your immune system, whatever system in your body you're looking at, energy is an absolute essential and limiting commodity, essentially, in terms of how well that organ, how well that system can work. Not surprisingly, look at the organs and the systems that are most energy dependent, whether it might be our heart, our liver, our brain, and you're going to find the highest levels of CoQ10 because every cell has to produce its own energy. Our body is not like our society where energy comes from power plants that gets delivered to everyone and everywhere that needs it. In our body, we deliver oxygen, we deliver nutrients and fuel, but energy must be created in every single cell. So the experience of energy that we have is the byproduct of the collective experience of those trillions of cells. And those trillions of cells all require CoQ10 to transport the electrons. That is the electrical potential, that is the energy we all experience. So again, CoQ10, it is like our Essential One. It is a foundational product, and there's no time better than this time when we're all trying to do our very best to give our body what it needs to support our systems at their optimum levels. That's when CoQ10 becomes most important.
And it's so affordable as well. If you maybe at home are already purchasing a CoQ10 product elsewhere, please look at the pricing that we have for our April savings. I mean, you look at the 240 caps, it's under $100, saving you nearly as much as you're spending. It's dramatic, Andrew.
And there's a little bit of a caveat, a little bit of a warning. I mentioned this before.
Oh, yeah.
That in October, we saw the price going up dramatically. So we made commitments on CoQ10 at its former price.
Right.
CoQ10 is now 5 times more expensive than it was. Wow. But we haven't run out of the commitments we made. We bought it when it got a little more expensive, but not a ton more expensive. So everyone has been benefiting from those savings. I'm not sure this will last until the supplies we have will last until our today's special toward the end of this year. We're going to do our very best. So this monthly special pricing may in fact turn out to be better than our today's special pricing that we will have toward the end of this year. Certainly the today's special pricing, if it is better than this, it won't be much better at all, probably be pretty similar. So this is a great opportunity to safeguard your supply of CoQ10 because unfortunately, like so many things in the world of late, CoQ10 supply has been a little bit kind of sketchy.
Right.
So we've done our best to maintain, of course, we never compromise our quality, but we've done our best to preserve our pricing for everyone. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to continue to do that through the end of this year.
Well, it's good information. It's important information to know. So in terms of value for money, it's right there for you, perhaps the best of the year. And Andrew, it's a common sense energy product. I mean, it's one of the things that I feel has a big benefit to me. I feel a sense of better well-being and I have more vitality, as it were, when I take this. And it is, you say it's a foundational product like Essential One is. I just would never go a day without it at this stage.
Yeah, I tend to be it's hard to ask me how much, CoQ10 is something that I take very personally. It's hard to ask me how much I like it or love it. I was going to say love is kind of a strong word for a nutrient. But it was 1984 that the science on CoQ10 was just as compelling in the early 1980s as it is today. So when I found a way to get my hands on CoQ10, because no one else had it in America, right, and I brought it over from Japan in 1984, to me, CoQ10 is very personal to me. To then see it go on to become this incredibly popular ingredient, we certainly have more experience making a CoQ10 product than anyone else, and that's why our product is virtually perfectly reviewed with thousands of reviews. I think 97, 98% of them are positive reviews. So I take CoQ10 very personally. I take it every day of my life, and I would not go a day without it, and I don't think any person on this planet should. And again, because it's such a high potency product, I take a capsule of this every day at this potency. Even if you took a capsule twice a week, that would still be an incredible benefit, because remember, when I introduced CoQ10, it was 30 milligrams per capsule. It was more expensive than this capsule today at 30 milligrams.
Crazy.
So 30 milligrams times a week, that's 210 milligrams. That's the same you get in a single capsule today.
I mean, there it is. That's how things have evolved. Folks, we are very, very busy. If you want to use automated express ordering, your fastest way in, you can always go to hsn.com or, of course, call us on that toll-free number, and we will get straight to you. Andrew and I are about 15 minutes away from the launch of our 4 Today specials. We're excited to do it. There's a lot to share with you. Phytoceramides, phosphatidylcholine, fiber-mucil, liver antioxidants, lots of stories tonight, lots of important messages as we look at overall health. Well, I, like you at home, I stand here and I listen to everything Andrew has to say, and every time that he brings out something new, I'm always intrigued and curious. Just recently, Andrew started to talk about theanine in the shows I've been doing with him. I elected to buy it, to shop for it, and I love it. Andrew, you were telling me that this was associated or is derived from green tea. Very soothing. Like, for me, I've really enjoyed taking it.
No, it's as I always say. My job basically is to find out what the hidden gems that Mother Nature has hidden or buried away, and then to get out of her way. Theanine is a perfect example of that, and theanine is something that I've known about for decades, but I didn't know about it. I knew that there was something different about green tea when I would drink it. I could drink a liter of green tea and not have any issues with the caffeine it contains, which is probably 10 times the caffeine of a tiny little espresso that if I have a sip of that and I'm bouncing off the walls. Theanine is the reason why green tea poses no problem for me, because theanine is basically Mother Nature's way of neutralizing, of balancing the stimulating effect of caffeine. And what's great about the soothing effect of theanine, it's not just a soothing effect that kind of knocks you out and you'll go to sleep. It's a soothing effect that focuses you. So when I have something at home that I need to write, and sometimes I have so many distractions and things that it's not that I need to take theanine because I need to relax. I take theanine because it's great to focus. If I need to take a couple of hours to write a document or to write a label, because all the labels you get, those are things that I've written. Theanine is, for me, a wonderful tool in terms of concentration. It's just what I call, it's almost like a cooling, gentle focus. It's relaxing, it's soothing. A lot of people like to take it before they go to sleep. For me, if I'm going to go for, say, a run or a bike ride, and I have, say, caffeine from coffee, it will help performance, but I'll feel uncomfortable. If I take theanine at the same time, it's perfect. So theanine is really, and it's nothing more than an amino acid. It's not an amino acid that's a structural amino acid for protein, but an amino acid that can pass through the blood-brain barrier and deliver its soothing and focused benefits to our brain.
I mean, for many of us, we've felt the stress over recent weeks and months, and that was the reason why I wanted to get it, because it has been a stressful time dealing with all the things that are happening around us, things that perhaps we can't necessarily control. I have loved it, and I think, Andrew, the way you describe it, it is exactly that. It's soothing, but it allows me as well to kind of refocus and try and get back to normal. And one of the big points that I want to make is how affordable this is. It's under $50 for the larger size. Now, I'm not taking it every day, but I'm taking it when I feel that I'd like to take it or when I need it. Andrew, are you the same way?
Yeah, I take it only when I need it. It's not something like CoQ10 that I take every single day. This is something that I just take when I need it. And again, it's a little bit more than a dime a capsule, so it's incredibly affordable. And these are strange times.
Yes.
I'm doing my best to adapt to them, sort of take advantage of them, as I said, and I'm trying to be extra healthy. I'm trying to be extra productive. I had heard lots of complaints that we weren't having a lot of new products coming out for the last couple of years. I'm taking this time to work on a lot of products, so hopefully the latter part of this year and sometime into next year, a lot of things that you've requested we make, we'll be able to introduce them. So I'm trying to find a positive in all the challenges that we've had going on right now. And it certainly is challenging. And unfortunately, it's not going to go away overnight. One of these days I should probably do one of those online chats and things, because I really have paid attention to all the science and all the research. And there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of misinformation. So we really have to do our best to just stay calm, to not focus too much on the news, because that will make us crazy, to just need to know what we need to know to make sure that we are safe and that our families are safe, to wash our hands frequently, and to when we go out in public and things, I think it's a good idea to cover our face, even if that's not the law or the regulation nearby. It's just a nice, responsible thing to do for ourselves and others.
If you'd like to try theanine, please be our guest. We'd love to send you a bottle. You obviously get a 90-day return policy to see how it works for you. Feel the effects, the benefits. Remember, no drowsiness to this either, so there's not that kind of side effect, only side benefits with Andrew. We're going to head over this way. Andrew, you know, one of the side effects of getting older is we're not as nimble, perhaps, as we'd like to be or used to be. A lot of us, we have our aches and pains, and it's in our joints that we feel it. The elasticity, the flexibility isn't quite there. This product, which is, I mean, really on the Mount Rushmore of Andrew Lessman products for sure. It's beloved. I think there would be a riot if it ever went away. This is a game changer and makes a positive impact in so many people's lives.
Well, glucosamine and chondroitin, and just like CoQ10, which CoQ10 I introduced in 1984, and I'm not aware of anyone else who had CoQ10 back then. My first glucosamine chondroitin product was in, and I'm going to age and date myself right now, was in 1979. Wow. So it was one of our first products, our initial products. We had a handful of products, and glucosamine and chondroitin were one of them, those two ingredients. And they're nothing more than the structural building blocks, as I often say, the sort of the bricks and mortar of our joints. So our joints are tissues that they're not built one day and then we just wear them out over the course of our lifetime. Our body is constantly remodeling them, constantly repairing them, regenerating those tissues. So it's something that our body must do constantly, so we need to be able to provide those raw materials. And unfortunately, glucosamine and chondroitin, these are not raw materials that are abundant in our diet, and our body struggles to produce them in adequate amounts to maintain these tissues as we get older. The clinical science is abundant, showing that glucosamine and chondroitin, when you deliver it by way of your mouth, your body will deliver it to the structural tissues that require it. And oh, by the way, not just to our connective tissue, our ligaments, tendons, cartilage, but also the elasticity of our arteries and veins and the elasticity of our skin. So glucosamine and chondroitin plays numerous roles in our body in terms of the flexibility, the resiliency of critical tissues, and the reviews on this product are beyond compelling. And again, you can't make a more perfect glucosamine chondroitin product than we do, because we do nothing less or nothing more than following the science. And most of the products on the market violate the science, and that's why their products do not work.
And that's something that we'll talk about, because that, you know, for many of us, you're not getting the benefits. And if we're going to take the time to take something that we want to do good for us, we want to get maximum benefits. Savings that we have for the extra special savings event, 75, 150, 300, or the 600 caps. Here's what the price typically is. Here's what the special savings price is. And here, of course, are your savings that add up the higher you go. So for the largest size, the 600 caps, it is $99.90. Flex pay, 90-day return policy, really making the most of this opportunity. We talk about feeling a difference, noticing a difference, and that's what people talk about all the time. And it doesn't take long to get to that point. Andrew, this is one of those where we can talk about it all night long, but you have to get it home and give it a go.
And what's great also, and it was very nice of HSN to do this, I've always wanted to do this year round, so we'll now we have a 90-day money-back guarantee. So we'll be talking about our glucosamine and chondroitin here. We talked about CoQ10. We'll be talking about turmeric in a little bit here. And these are products that it's always ample time, 30 days, to see a difference. But now you get 90 days. So it's a great opportunity to use this time to make a difference. And hopefully, you know, I keep reading things about folks we're developing bad habits. I talked about our PC liver and brain, which will be on today's special, that the reason why I decided it was important to protect our liver, because it seems virtually everyone I know is consuming a bit more alcohol than previously. And these are healthy people. So I think times like this, it's very easy to fall prey to sort of having a little bit too much time on our hands. So it's a great opportunity, I think, to maybe find a silver lining in this cloud and try to develop some good habits and maybe try to make some progress on some of our health goals.
And maybe that's exactly you. Maybe at home you're fed up and tired of feeling certain ways. Maybe it's aches and pains in your neck, elbows, hips, perhaps your knees, like I have issues. You know, it's nice to discover something, to take a moment for ourselves and say, well, look, I've seen, you know, Andrew Lessman on television for many, many, many years. I've seen him talk about this product for many, many years. Maybe now is the time to really give it a go. You don't know until you try. Thank you for all of your orders. It's glucosamine, it's chondroitin, and it is available on the special savings. Andrew, any final words on this before we move to turmeric?
No, I think we did a good job, but just understand glucosamine and chondroitin is not a drug or a medicine that works on your joints. It's better than that. It is the very structure of your joints. It's the structural material that your body uses to make those tissues, and we struggle to do as we get older. And by getting older, I mean getting over the age of 30. It's pretty much downhill from there, and I'm way past there, so I can explain or describe well that downhill process. But again, the key is, if we want to age gracefully, the key is paying attention and learning and taking advantage of opportunities that are provided.
Well, next up, we only have 5 minutes, but really we need all day, because turmeric is an item, is a product, is an ingredient that has a long list of what people love about it and so many benefits that people see from it and have done for a long time. Andrew, one thing I discovered, I'd heard about the buzz of turmeric, certainly. I've seen various turmeric products out there in the marketplace, but what you taught me was that not all of those products are standardized in the way to really, again, give me the benefits, because it's hard to absorb, isn't it?
It's both standardization and how it's delivered. By the way, I was going to say before, it's sort of becoming a little normal, but it's still really strange to be doing the shows not from the studio in Florida. After doing this for 30 years, to find myself sitting at home and doing the show is just beyond strange to me. So now it's like we're all even. Everyone's watching the show from home, and I'm now sitting at home and participating. So I guess it's all fair. But I still look forward to being back in St. Petersburg with you. That'll be fun.
I feel left out, Andrew. I could have been at home as well, and that'd be the perfect situation.
Yes, and I think, and the dogs are behaving. The dogs must be chilling somewhere, so they stop trying to disrupt the show.
It's all coming together.
But you had asked what makes our turmeric different, or what's important in getting turmeric. If you're using turmeric as a spice, you generally cook with it. And when you cook with it, you're generally cooking with some amount of fat. So you overcome the inherent absorptive problems of turmeric by naturally cooking it with fat. That makes turmeric about 3,000% more absorbable. That's a fantastic thing. Unfortunately, the turmeric in a typical spice is about 1 to 2% curcuminoids. The turmeric in a standardized extract like ours is 95% curcuminoids, but those curcuminoids need to then be complexed with fat, or they're going to be horribly, poorly absorbed. So if you just take turmeric and put it in a glass of water, it's not going to be well absorbed. Turmeric really needs something to facilitate its absorption. The two methods that I've seen validated and proven to work, one is the first one I described, which is what we do. Using really Mother Nature's natural process, when you complex turmeric with a little bit of fat, those curcuminoids become highly absorbable. We use PC, phosphatidylcholine, the most important phospholipid in your liver and in your brain. We use trace amounts of that, and that enhances the absorption of turmeric. The other method out there uses piperine, which is black pepper spice, which black pepper spice can also affect the absorption of certain drugs. So as much as black pepper spice could work, I'd rather not put it in a dietary supplement because of the risk of its impact on how medications might be absorbed. Also, black pepper spice can be irritating, and a lot of folks have challenges with their, with say, a sensitive stomach. They might have gastric esophageal reflux disease, GERD. So the last thing they want to be doing is adding a spice that could be an irritating spice to their nutritional supplement. So I think the most reliable way, the sensible way, the natural way to ensure that turmeric will work is the way we go about doing it, which enhances its absorption about 3,000% over regular turmeric. So if you consider the 95% versus 1 or 2% in spice, and then another 3,000% enhanced absorption, this is a great way to get the benefits of turmeric.
And if you do have a spare moment tonight, honestly, if you're in bed and you've got your phone or your tablet, just Google turmeric and you'll see the long list. It makes for some fascinating reading, certainly. In terms of pricing, I want to share with you, because again, extra special savings, 30, 60, 120 or 240, very affordable. Again, knowing that it's been delivered in the right way, it's been standardized, so you're going to get the most benefits. And Andrew, at this stage, there is a lot of science, there's a lot of clinical research that continues to evolve in terms of the turmeric story.
an enormous amount of clinical research and study. Turmeric is one of those ingredients where I would say there isn't a wave of research, it's like a tsunami.
Right.
It's a tidal wave. Turmeric has just gotten so much interest from, and we're talking really no system, organ, structure in your body is exempt, whether we're talking about the brain, whether we're talking about the colon, whether we're talking about the stomach and digestive system, because remember, turmeric might be a spice, but it's not spicy. So it's not going to upset your stomach. In fact, if it'll do anything, it'll tend to soothe your stomach. Whether, as I said, whether it's your liver, whether it's your pancreas, your turmeric is one of those, and your joints, of all things. We just talked about glucosamine and chondroitin, which are the structural molecules involved in those tissues. Turmeric is Mother Nature's natural soothing tool for your joints. So turmeric is one of those natural ingredients that Mother Nature has been talking about for centuries, thousands of years. And certainly in Asia, they've been acutely aware of it. If you look at Ayurvedic medicine, Indian medicine, traditional medicine, but we've only now recently discovered its power and its benefits in Western medicine. And it's very exciting to say the least.
But being properly absorbed dramatically enhances the benefits, and that's the one thing that you're going to get with Andrew's products. So that wraps up our first hour tonight with Andrew. Everything that we've done in this fabulous variety show is available online at hsn.com. Of course, if you type in Andrew Lessman or vitamins, you'll see the full assortment, whether it's our monthly specials, whether it's today's specials encore, like we did with our fabulous Maximum Omega-3. Of course, Choco Nouveau, many of you ordering that before the time is up, because when summer really does hit, Andrew's not able to deliver it. So with that in mind, we are gearing up in the studio to launch not 1, 2, 3, but 4 today's specials as Andrew and the team really take us on a journey into overall health. We're going to learn some things. We're going to find, I suppose, great stories in what we're about to see, things that perhaps you didn't know exist and the benefits that they can have. Tonight is all about you. Andrew Lessman is live from Santa Monica, California. And here on HSN with the entire team, we're ready to do it. Let's launch 1, 2, 3, 4 today's specials.